Well, this is awkward. This is not me forgetting to change my spawn after accidentally setting it to one of these beds while I was building the farm. Nope, that definitely wasn't what happened here. But I guess this is one way to start a video, right? So, welcome back. Next episode of Vasten. Here we go. Let's do it right. Let's find a bed as soon as we can and change our spawn. I went off to the end to do a little bit of repairing. My pick was almost dead. My armor could use a little bit of a pick-me-up. One of these days I'm gonna have to put mending on my sword, probably the day before it breaks, or with my luck I'll miss it entirely and it'll break anyway, but let's see if we can't get out of here a little carefully here. I did change a little bit about our iron farm design here. I decided, ouch, that was weird. I decided to flatten out the curve, as it were. Previously, I had this line here. I had to go in completely vertically, just kind of, or diagonally, I mean, just kind of carrying up the theme here. But realistically, this is flat up here. That's flat down here. I decided it made sense for this and this to be flat as well. Which means the highest point ends up being a little bit lower than it was before, which is probably a good thing, to be honest, given how the iron golems spawn, what their mechanics are with that. Now, I have kind of slabbed out, or, well, not really slabbed. This is lower half slabs. These blocks here are at the lower half of the block. And I've got some trapdoors on the top here, because this appears to be the only area that the iron golems can spawn. As you can see, they're dropping off there. I decided, you know, what better way to figure out where they can spawn than to just turn it on and let's find out what's going on here. And they don't seem to spawn over here. I haven't seen anybody spawn up here. It's only been on that platform there and like probably just the very edge of the wall over here, the wall in progress. Of course, this will be taken care of once we lift it up to the ceiling. I wondered whether they would spawn on trapdoors, like along here, and especially on the inside, which, if it was on the inside, it wouldn't really matter anyway, because they should just walk off at some point, because, yeah, I mean, normal mobs treat trapdoors that are like this, you know, as, oh, there's a block here, I can walk across that, and, you know, forget that it's open and I could fall through it. They don't understand that. So I figured even if they did spawn in here, they would eventually just fall in. But I mean, that wouldn't really help if they were spawning out here. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to work that way. They don't seem to see it as valid for spawning, which it makes sense, you know, to me, but I don't know. Iron golems have weird spawning. I mean, they can spawn in water. Not many mobs can do that, that I'm, you know, other than the fishy ones, of course. So, I've been working on this a little bit. I've kind of adjusted the stairs a little bit. I've torn down the villager elevator that goes all the way up. I'm going to have it output right here. Which I think makes sense, because as I continue working on the library out there with more villagers and whatnot, having them just out there inside one of the tower or on the walkway out there, the platform, it's going to kind of get in the way eventually. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is have them output directly into my base here. I'll work with them probably in this area. I'll probably have a room over here or something. And then when I'm finished with them, then I'll shoot them up there and put them into their space. So I'll end up having to make a new water elevator somewhere over here. This one wasn't going to work anyway, because it came up directly under like bookshelves and whatnot. So I just stripped it out entirely, and I haven't added the staircase on this side yet. That's probably what I'll do next. I may also want to find a more permanent location for the nether portal here. This was just a temporary thing that I threw in here to get villagers from a nearby village, just to transport them through the nether. So I'll probably do something with that. I may even potentially put the portal upstairs, so that other people can come here as well. Eventually when the nether, see, we got 1.16 coming along, and this will probably be the first time outside of Vasten Dimensions, of course. If you were around for the season that I was in there, you'll know that I worked in the nether quite extensively. Prior to that, there wasn't really any nether building. It didn't really fit with the lore to have people in there. Now that we've got 1.16, a lot of that's going to change, so it might end up being that we have an actual nether transit system for fast travel. So at that point, having a portal directly at the library hooked up to some sort of transit network would probably be a good thing. And then right here, I've got the preliminary workings of my storage. And over here, I'm going to have, well, I already have this. It's a way to get from the library up there down here safely, because I don't want to have to be crawling down that the whole time. And I mean, I could do it, but it's kind of awkward doing it. I don't like, it's kind of slow, you know. So I'm going to put a water elevator here going up.
and this is the drop shaft for me to come down safely, and then this is eventually where I'm going to have it go down to the original, our breeder and zombification machine downstairs. That's probably what that's going to be. In today's episode, though, I at least want to get the storage, this main level here, finished. Now, I do know, I wanted to point this out, I do know that this is smooth stone here. That's not stone brick. But there's a good reason for that. As you can see, this is the other side of the tunnel here that leads underneath the, now I can't reach it. Great. Good job, Self. Can't reach it. It leads underneath the library's foundation following the original road path that had been out here. And having this be smooth stone is part of the decor for the other side, but I figure I'm going to have chests in the way anyway, so hopefully we won't really, I mean, we shouldn't be able to really notice that it's smooth stone and not bricks. And then right here, it's going to go down to more of like a deep storage, because obviously this isn't very many chests, even when they're piled high. Now, for the keen observers who perhaps watch a little too much of Tango Tech like I do, this is a Tango Tech storage design. It's actually the one that he is using in this current season. I originally was thinking about going with his Season 6 design, but I decided, I think I like his Season 7 design that he has right now. It seems a little easier. I believe Season 6 he was able to go up 7 chests, but it makes it kind of hard to reach the top one just a little bit. And then he's got the deep storage below, so having it so high in here maybe isn't going to be necessary. And it kind of fit the spacing perfectly, because right here is going to be the archway. I've got a 3 wide gap here. It's going to be an archway into our elevator system, basically. And I'm going to have 3 arches here as well. And if I ever want to add something else, probably I'll put my bed over here, to be honest. I'll be able to knock out that wall, and just like I did right over there. So what I'm going to do today is save that block from despawning. I guess I'll do that right now, just to be on the safe side. We don't want to let that despawn and then forget about it or whatever. So in today's episode, I want to get the storage all put together. That's partly why I went in and repaired my pick, because if we get as far as doing the deep storage, I'm gonna need to be doing some digging out down there, and I was really down to a nub of durability left. But I did want to share, so we've got the golems here dying. This is the janky way I have to get down there to where the bits are coming out. Eventually I'll come up with a better system, but I only activated this, like, last time I was playing, when I was putting up the preliminary sets here, and you know, fixing a little thing, like the staircase, little bits here and there and whatnot. So I haven't actually been here very long, but I wanted to see how much I've gotten. So that's not bad. We don't really care about the poppy so much, but that's not bad for the iron. I don't need a lot of iron. It's just, like, I know we've got a bigger farm, a bigger iron farm that everybody can go. Wow, serious dedication. Oh, wow. Ready, set, go. Yep, you broke it all right. But anyway, I know we've got a bigger farm, you know, it probably brings in tons of iron. I don't really need a big farm. I just want a little small iron income just to help around the base. Probably it'll end up being things like hoppers and iron bars, to be honest. Because we already have a beacon up here, although, you know, eventually I did kind of want to put 4 more beacons in. I wanted to have a lot of effects in the area. Having the beacon there and then like 1 in each tower, for example, might be a cool idea. Then you've got the beam of light going up into the sky. I might want to try something out with that. The only problem is you got soul sand in the middle of the towers. That's kind of why I was hesitant to, because I don't think it's really feasible. I'd have to take out the elevator, or the elevators in the towers themselves. But I don't know. That'll be problems for tomorrow. For today, or not really tomorrow, just later on, down the road. For today, let's work on some storage here. So what I've got going is 6 chests tall. You've got 4 here, 3 here, and then mirrored on this side. This will be the up elevator, so you're just going to drop down here. But over here, it's going to be the up elevator to get back up, just like it is on Tango Tech's his Toon Towers is what he's calling it, which is a play. I'm pretty sure it's a play on the 2 towers, you know, Lord of the Rings and all that. So Mars base storage is going to be here. We're going to have a path going in here. I need to build that in. And I've got this in stone and I've got this in wood. I'm going to have to somehow meld them together. I'm not quite sure how. But I'm going to go ahead and work on this a little bit. I'm going to get these chests in place, and then I'm going to dig out a big old hole down there, and then we can start putting in the chests down there as well, because that's where I want to eventually feed the iron from the farm here. I want to feed them into the bottom storage down there, which means we're going to have a bit of a redstone-y bit going in there to filter between the poppies and the iron and to put them in chests. So let me get at this, and I'll be back in just a moment. Unfortunately, I need a little bit of kelp, so I'm out here fishing for kelp. Come here, kelp. What is the eerie Minecraft sounds for? No? That was so weird. I only heard it underwater. That is really bizarre. It kind of sounded like a mean, nasty sea monster might come along and gobble my face up. Really? That should be a thing, just saying. But anyway, I needed kelp because that's kind of how elevators work. You need kelp to create water sources. Chunk loading seems to be a bit of an issue. I kind of had to do a little bit of it flying blind. Almost ran into a couple things. Hello? Chunks? Hello? Please? Please generate chunks? Hello? Hello? Anybody there? Okay. Let's just rocket over here into the unknown. Hello? Chunks? Oh dear. Chunks? There we go. Okay, okay. Here we go. Safe and sound. Alright, let's get down here. I need these chunks. Hello? Are you here? Yes, maybe, sort of. Floating villagers. That's always encouraging to see. So let's put this here. I just finished doing pretty much everything downstairs. There. That's all water sources now. Which means we should be able to get our redstone in box. And please let there be soul sand. Yes. Alright, we just need one bit of soul sand. And we're going to break this. And goodbye. And put that in. Bubbles? I don't see bubbles. Well, is it like just the faintest hint? There we go. There's a bubble. There's a very faint bubble. But it definitely works. So that's the important part. So you go down here. And you go up here. Yes. Functional. Although I do feel like I bumped my head a little more than I would like. Let's try that again. I want it to be as smooth as possible. I'm gonna get kind of caught on the edge there. Because I have chests running up against it. Which is pretty much what Tango had as well. He was running into the same problem as I saw in one of his videos. I may change that up later. But generally, it seems to work fine-ish. Now, I haven't figured out quite what I'm going to do with the iron. Since last time, that's how much it's gone. It's about doubled, almost doubled, which is pretty good because I've only been working at this for like an hour or so. I'm not quite sure. So, I mean, obviously, if you had a mega farm, that's like, you know, this is nothing compared to a mega farm. But for an hour, just puttering around the base, I think that's pretty good. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the proceeds of that. If I ever make a general mob farm, like we're gonna need redstone-y system to filter all that stuff. So it has to go. There needs to be like a hopper chain and a water elevator to get it like to the top level of some of these chests. I may have to do it on the side over here, because the problem is over here above the like behind the sea lanterns and whatnot. That's the ceiling of the next floor. Over here, that's the entrance to where the hallway is for the water elevators. Normal storage is all along here. Of course, we've got the tunnel along over there. So really, I think this side over here is the only side that we could realistically put storage into. And with these chests here, I just don't know how it's going to work, because you can't really do much over here, because you're instantly running into the slabs of the next floor. So I may have to play around with it a little bit, but that is, I mean, that's the intention, is for this as well as any other automatic things, like maybe a tiny little sugarcane farm, so that I can make paper to trade with villagers, that sort of stuff, that it would be automatically sorted so that I don't, you know, to take care of like the overflow problems. Hopefully if I ever fill up more than 5 double chests of any item, then, you know, I'll start working on shulkers, I suppose. But if I have a general mob farm, I can get zombie flesh to trade with the villagers. Basically, I'm looking for sources of emerald income, because that's going to be pretty crucial for keeping the library in stock for the entire server. Even with my trades, even with the excellent trades I have, I don't want to spend my entire life trading back and forth, you know, I want to be able to have a lot of different varieties so that I have multiple things to trade with. I might even do like a small melon and watermelon, well, let's see, melon and pumpkin farms, carrots, potatoes, beetroots, yada yada yada. I'll probably do like a villager farm for that, I imagine. That seems to work pretty well at my base over on the Wells server. All those things over there, I think it'll be a good idea to implement for the community, basically. Being able to keep everybody in stock with enchantments. So what I have to do is figure out where I'm going to lead this hopper chain. Now, I only need to lead the hoppers a little ways because I do need it higher level. I need to get it up to approximately that level. I need to figure out how I can, I guess the only way to do it is to come back here. I need to figure out how, creepy Minecraft sounds, stop it! What's with all the creepy Minecraft sounds? Oh, actually this is exactly it right here. So I need this section here exposed all the way to the end, so how, okay, that's the next floor up. Let's just dig all of this, oops, hello? Okay, dig all of this out, and I will be putting this back in at least, because we don't want to accidentally run into those chests up there. So we're going to have hopper and deleting directly into those. That only leaves me one hopper of space above. Although, I suppose it is possible, so long as the hoppers don't point into those chests, I could still put hoppers back there. That would probably be workable, because the topmost chain is the one, like, going down the row. It's not actually they're not going to actually be pointing into chests, if I remember the design correctly. I am going to need more space here, though. This is a little too tight, and I need some space for redstone-y bits and whatnot, so that I can set up the filters. So let me clear some of this up. If I'm able to get this working properly, I may need to also consider doing the same on this side. I don't think I can really do it here because, again, we have the pathway up there. I don't think I can do it over here because, again, we got the ground up there and whatnot. This side and this side are really my only ones. So let's see. Let's think. So if we do one for iron and we do one for poppies, although the poppies, I could probably get the poppies and filter those out directly. Maybe have them filtered out almost right away and have them feed directly into a composter so that we can have an automatic source of bone meal coming in. That might be a good idea. So we'll tuck that idea away because I don't really foresee needing that many poppies, but we'll do iron, and then if we did a general mob farm, we would have zombie flesh, bones, string, gunpowder, miscellaneous. Is there another one I'm forgetting? I can't remember. And then we'd have like sugarcane, melons, pumpkins, carrots, potatoes, beetroots, and wheat. Though the villagers, doing seed related ones are probably a bad idea. I probably would want to do those two manually. So yeah, I am going to probably have to hook up both sides, which complicates matters. But let's start small. Let's just do this side. This will take care of the iron farm and any eventual mob farm I make. Let's just focus on one side, see what kind of space requirements it is going to take. And then that'll kind of tell us whether or not further storage is possible. So let me work on this a little bit and see if I can't come up with the exact spacing. So I've got all of the redstone-y bits in place on both sides of our storage. It should all be functional, though I haven't actually put in the filters yet. I haven't actually decided where I want what to be, except that the final row in each one is, well, at least on one side. If and when I do a general mob farm, this is where it's going to dump into, simply because then I don't have to worry. I mean, when you get a general mob farm, you're going to get, like, witches occasionally, and they're going to drop random crap, so you can't really filter for their random crap. Similar, I currently didn't bother putting in an actual filter for this one either. I just don't see a purpose to. Whatever I hook up on this system, these first 8 sets of double chests. Is that a cat? Did I just hear a cat? These first 8 double chests will be specifically filtered, and then whatever else gets thrown into system will end up here as well. Is that really a cat though? I don't think I have any raw fish, but I mean, I'll take more kitties. Hello? Kitty. That's going to be a side effect of having, oh. We do have to figure out something to do with this, though. This is definitely, hello, kitty? Definitely going to be an issue. Hello, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, where are you? I hear you, I don't see you. It's not gonna be tamed. That's another side effect, though, as I was saying, of having this here village breeder. It's a valid village. I mean, technically there's a valid village, like, way down at Bedrock as well, but there's a valid village here. So we're gonna end up with cats spawning, which I'm okay with. I like cats, but sometimes you might end up with a few more cats than you actually need/want. Kitty? Do they despawn? Do kitties despawn if you, don't tame them? That's a death trap. Gonna have to plug that at some point. I don't see kitty. Does anybody see anything moving? Just don't breathe. Hello? Kitty? What is the spawning range on cats? I heard it right here. But I don't see anything. I heard you. I heard you. Where are you? Hello? Are you downstairs? Are you really downstairs, kitty? Maybe you're down here. Hello? There it is. I was just in there a second ago. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty, kitty. I know, you're panicked. I don't have any fish. I don't have anything to give you. You're gonna despawn if I run away, aren't you? I could name tag you, but I think all my name tags are upstairs. Let me quickly run through my storage and see if I can't find something for you. There we go. A new kitty for the team. I think I've still got 2 upstairs somewhere, but yeah. Big shout out to Callus, who went and got me some cod, brought it over here to the storage area, and I was able to tame the kitty. And of course, as soon as I got the kitty up here, it beelined for the bed. No, this is my bed. Okay? Oh, okay, good. It nodded. Everybody saw that. We've got it on record. That cat nodded, acknowledged it, the works. So going back to what we were working on, these hoppers, it's not gonna be fun. So like, even if I cover these up, I mean, if I throw something up here, well, no, if I throw something up, no, if I throw something on top, come on. Okay, really? It's not gonna get sucked up? Excellent. I was worried though. I didn't think hoppers would quite maybe like that. But I was afraid, like, what if you're walking along and you accidentally throw your sword? You don't want it going into the system on accident. But it doesn't look like that's going to be a problem. So what I can do here is not have building blocks on hand. What I can do here is I can just put stairs right there. And I'll just raise the walking level. Like, I'll bring up the water. I'll just bring it up by a block. And then, you know, that'll work perfectly. If I ever decide to do something over here, I'll just mimic that, you know, replicate it. Give us a little elevation here. The height of the archways are plenty tall enough to allow for a little incline. And I'll just make a room over here for the water elevator stuff. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. I think we've gotten quite a bit done with the storage. I still need to put up a ceiling here. Now, Tango has shulker boxes in the ceiling for, like, projects, stuff like that. I might do that as well. Not quite sure. I'm not used to leaving shulkers lying around like that, but it might be a good idea. And I did go end raiding, like the very last thing I did before I went on quote-unquote break from playing on the server was go end raiding. I came back with just over 2 stacks of shulker shells, mostly to help me in moving storage over here to the Hall of Kinship from other locations around the server, but also, you know, just for my own uses, because, I mean, my storage here, all of these shulkers were starting to get full. I was like, oh, I'm going to need more shulkers. Of course, now I'm going to have a proper storage system. I think this, once I get it all sorted into boxes, labeled, I think that's really going to help me out a lot with building the library above as well as our base down below. Having the concept or the phrase knowledge a mile wide and an inch deep. Not really in relation to knowledge per se for us, but the farms available. A little iron farm, a little mob farm, little this, little that, just enough to supply all the variety to help us with the trading for the villagers upstairs. And of course, the gunpowder that we would get from a mob farm, I would be able to use to make rockets. A ready supply of that. Oh, you can stop jumping. Just go in, give up, give in. It's inevitable. I'm sorry, guys, but it's just inevitable. And again, since last time we cut, I wonder if, I mean, it's only been a little bit. Look at that. It's coming in. In fact, very soon, if I play for much more than, I don't know, what do you think, half an hour, 45 minutes, this double chest is going to be full. The hoppers are going to start backing up, so I definitely need to get that hooked up to one of these two systems, one side or the other. It doesn't really matter which one. That should be relatively easy. I'm probably going to try and do that off camera, or we'll do it in the next episode. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I think we're making good progress here. We're definitely getting places, and I'm excited to see how the base and the library continues. I think once we get a proper storage system, that's really going to help me feel more organized and collected as I'm working with the villagers upstairs. But I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you keep on coming back for more. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I will see you later. Bye!